potatoes probably in category B, but they're just not quite up to the same standard. With that being said, I'm basing these decisions on pre-Minecraft 1.14 farms. Maybe in Minecraft 1.14 things could be different, so we might need a reshuffle there. Has anyone actually ever used beetroot? Like, seriously, be honest, has anyone used beetroot? Bread farms are alright, I guess. I mean, they're okay. I'd say category C. Ah, now this is a tricky one. Slime farms. Slime farms are really fun projects to work on. They're impressive looking builds. Slime is incredibly useful for sticky pistons and slime blocks, which is used all the time inside redstone contraptions. They're essentially essential if you want to do lots of redstone in your world. I think we might have our first S. I think that might be our first S. Oh, now another tricky one is a hostile mob farm. So this is like a big mob spawner up in the sky, you know, the sort of thing. I'd say that's a category B. Yeah. Category B. Reason being, it's good when you first start out and you just want a handful of all the different types of items, but if you need lots of anything, then you're better off just building a specific farm. A zombie XP grinder just has to go in category Z. I mean, rotten flesh. Rotten flesh, really? Skeleton grinder can go in category C because realistically you're probably better off just building a general mob farm, which is actually making me think maybe actually... Yeah, that needs to go in category A, because you get a lot of useful drops from that. Creeper farm can go in category B, because even though you get lots of gunpowder, there's a better alternative, which is of course the witch farm, which has to be a category S. You get gunpowder, glowstone, redstone. It's a wicked project once you've actually built it. Building the perimeter's cool, it's an awesome looking thing. It does take a lot of hours though, but still, category S. And I am totally not biased due to the fact that I spent at least 50 hours building mine on the Hermitcraft server. Not biased in the slightest. Cave spider grinders were good back in maybe 2012, but now times have changed, and I'm between an E and a Z. You know what, I think I'm going to put it in both. It's between E and Z, it's close to the bottom. I can't think of many farms that are as simple as an Enderman farm that give you that much XP. I mean, sure, you have to get to the end, you have to kill the Ender Dragon and all that business, but once you've done that, it maybe takes about 3 hours to build a fast XP farm. If you can't tell, I'm gradually starting to take this very seriously. Honestly, when I first started doing this, I thought I would just goof around with it, but now I'm really taking time to deliberate my decisions. Anyway, blaze rods. Probably one of the best fuels to use in furnaces when you've got super smelters and things. That's very handy. It's gotta be a B. They're just not quite fast enough generally. In fact, you know what, that's going down to a C. And also, potato needs to get out of B. I'd say potato's probably an E. What do I use potatoes for? Ghast tiers aren't exactly the most useful item in Minecraft, and ghast farms tend to be pretty big and scary projects, but they are some of the funnest things to watch and listen to in Minecraft, so it has to be a category B. I mean, is it really even a question where this one's going to go? With a skeleton skull, in fact, if anything, if there was a category above this, then it would go up there. It's the coolest farm, especially when done on crazy scales, like the one that Iskal's built. The gold farm, I would say, is a solid category A. The only reason it can't be a category S is because the Wither skeleton skull farm is also a gold farm, just on the side. Like, it produces loads of gold, just kind of casually, whereas this, that's all it does. So this, by default, has to be better than that. Record farms were cool back in maybe 2013, but I mean, really, who listens to records in Minecraft anymore? I just got a message from Grian saying that I upset his parrot. Okay, I'll move it to category E. Iron farms, I mean, is that even really a question? It kind of is actually nowadays. 1.13, definitely an S, for sure. 1.14, the designs are a little bit clunkier, they definitely cause a lot more lag, and they tend to produce a little bit less iron, so I would put them in category A. Flower farm, solid category E. They're alright, nothing spectacular. Fully automatic TNT powered cobblestone generator, on the other hand, definitely a category S. I mean, you get over 100,000 cobblestone per hour. How could that not be a category S? Cobblestone's used in all the crafting recipes. Mushroom farm, a Z. I've never built one, never needed to build one, don't like them. Guardian farm is going to straddle between category S and category A, simply because it's cooler than all of these, but not quite as cool as all of these. If you're building with Prismarine though, it's the best farm ever. I mean, you just get free building blocks, and you get XP, and food. I mean, it's the only farm you need. AFK fish farms go at the bottom because they're super cheaty and I hate them. In fact, can I Ah, yeah, perfect. Kelp farms as of Minecraft 1.14 probably go about here because the newly introduced bamboo farms are far more efficient. You don't have to craft anything before putting them into the furnaces, and they essentially make kelp farms redundant. Chorus fruit farms allow you to get lots of end rods, which is fantastic, but also you can use the zero-tick game mechanic to create crazy-looking farms. Solid category B. Chorus flower farms, on the other hand, can absolutely die. Seriously, just die. Wool farms are alright. That's category C. I mean, they are useful, and they can be cool and impressive, but generally they're quite boring. And you know what? I'd say the same thing for pork chops and steak. I mean, they're okay. Steak is definitely a good food, so it definitely belongs in category C. Pork chops are pretty terrible. So, yeah, I mean, nothing interesting there. And the same thing goes for mushroom stew. I mean, I do not want a food that after I eat it, it still leaves something in my inventory. That's a nightmare. You know, I actually can't think of many farms that I hate more in Minecraft than cocoa bean farms. I really just have a disdain for them. We are not on a good streak right now. Cactus farms are pretty good. Cactus farms are... They are useful, not that useful though. I'd say category C. Especially now that you can zero-tick them. The fact that you can zero-tick force grow cacti, that's cool. Fully automatic TNT powered wood farms, obviously a category S. I mean, seriously, is there anything but? In fact, almost all TNT powered farms deserve to be in category S. Ice farms, where should ice farms go? Nobody cares about ice. Snow layer farms are useful only if you're building with snow. If you're not, they're not useful in the slightest. I'd say solid category E. You know, I've sat on this for quite some time and I've decided I'm going to have to make some changes here. First off, slime farms, they're getting relegated, now category A. Also, guardian farms, no longer part of the category S club. Villager breeders, though, villager breeders do belong in category S. Yeah, I've thought about this for so long. I'm embarrassed to admit that I've thought about this for way too long. But I think category S for villager breeders, sure. Villager raid farms are going in category B because I don't fully understand them just yet. Tall flower farms, where you just bone meal into a flower to get more of the same flower, can go into category C because they are useful but very boring. I mean, there's literally nothing exciting about building them. This one is inspired by the guys on the Psycraft server who built a working bat farm. It's so pointless for the average Minecraft player. So pointless for the average Minecraft player that it has to go into category B because of how crazy their server is that they required a bat farm. A drowned farm, definitely a category B. I mean, you get some useful drops from it, obviously the trident being the most important one, but you don't really need loads of tridents, you kind of only need one. The drop is incredibly rare, but the farm is cool, so yeah, category B. Oh, I just thought of something that I might hate farming more than cocoa beans. Okay, so nether wart is obviously incredibly useful. When you're making potions, you need nether wart, but oh my word, is it a hateful experience farming it on a large scale. It's horrible. It's so manual. Wither rose farms can go in category B because I haven't really used them too much yet, but they seem cool. Rabbit farms, definitely a solid category E. I've yet to really find too much of a use for them. A passive mob farm, absolutely enormous project for the average Minecraft player, without really much of a payoff. And anyone who's willing to commit to that sort of project, yeah, I mean, fair play to you. It has to be a category A. And for the final item of today's video, we have got vines. Horrible, painful experience. Don't do it. Now, I think I'm going to take a moment to just reshuffle a few things. Now that all the items are in, I can think of a few bits that need to swap around, so give me a second. And I think I'm done. It was mainly to the bottom layer. I think I was a bit too harsh on certain things. And this is my fully finalised list. So, category S is obviously villager breeder, wither skeleton farm, automated cobblestone farm, wood farm, iron farm, and witch farm. No one's arguing with those. And then from that point forth, things gradually start to get worse. Obviously, the iron farm 1.14 plus, just not quite as cool. We've got
That's a lot of damage.
Hostile mob farms, they're pretty handy. Pumpkin farms, great for trading. If you head down here, sugarcane farm, obviously fantastic for flying around. We've got the bat farm because it's hilarious. Bamboo farm to power furnaces. Creeper farm also to fly around if you don't have a witch farm. Category C, melon farm. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, not quite as good as pumpkin farm for trading, and you have to do some crafting, but still good. Skeleton farm, if you don't have a hostile mob farm, then that's handy as well. Cactus farm, 0 ticks, very cool. Potato farm, just not quite as good as a carrot farm. Heading further down, we've got zombie spawner because rotten flesh is terrible, but XP is handy in the early days. And things like egg farms, cave spider farms, record farms. You know the drill. And then when we get down to the bottom, these are the worst of the worst. I mean, sometimes you have to build these things, sometimes you have to build these farms, but you hate every second of it because everyone knows that they're absolutely terrible. And also, if you build AFK fish farms, then you don't deserve to be watching my YouTube channel. And on that note, I think it's time to end. I hope that you enjoyed. And starting a new Minecraft world is always incredibly exciting, but it's also quite scary as well. I mean, you're starting off with nothing, you're going to have to gather up all of the resources, it's going to be pretty tricky in the early days. So today I'm going to try my best to help you out, and I'm going to give you a 50-step process to do it like a pro. Stage 1 is to give it a really awesome name. Stage 2 is to make sure your bonus chest is switched off. I mean, come on, do you really think the professionals need bonus chests? No, you gather that stuff yourself. Anyway, now that we're actually in the Minecraft world, I think we all know what we have to do now. We have to get ourselves some wood by punching trees. What we need is 4 bits of wood. What on earth is going wrong? I'm not able to punch trees! Anyway, now that that's all fixed, that was very strange. I need to craft up a bunch of wooden planks, and I'm going to get myself 1 crafting table. That's right there. I'm then going to get myself 12 sticks, and we are going to craft up 1 wooden pickaxe. Then we're going to punch our way into the mountainside until we find some stone, and we're going to mine that out. We need 3 bits of stone so that we can make a stone pickaxe, so that we can chuck away this rubbish wooden pickaxe, because this thing is terrible. With your new fandangle pickaxe, it's time to head off to some surface caves and do a little bit of resource gathering. You need 9 bits of iron, and we need around about 32 pieces of coal, so you're going to have to get searching. It may also be worth crafting up a stone sword so that you can kill animals around you to get food, and also...
Hello?
take on any mobs that you find in the caves, because there's probably going to be a few of them. Right, so the sun is starting to set, which means that we're going to have to get ourselves some form of shelter, and the way that I'd always suggest doing it is to forget building a dirt hut. What you want to do is mine it into this area, because not only do you get resources from mining into the hillside, but also it's pretty well protected, and it doesn't look as ugly as a dirt hut. While you're waiting for the night to pass, use the cobblestone that you got from mining out the area in the hillside to craft up 2 furnaces. Now we're going to put those both next to our crafting bench. I apologise you can't really see anything here, but then you want to put 8 coal into each one of the furnaces, and use one of the furnaces to smelt up your iron. The other furnace is going to be used for food, which we're going to be gathering up tomorrow. Then, using the iron that you've just smelted, you need to make 1 full set of tools. And next, as boring as it may seem, you should probably wait through the night, and in the morning you should go out, find some sheep, kill them, get 3 pieces of wool ready to make a bed, and then you should also go out and harvest some wood. I would say 16 logs in total. which is around about 64 planks. While you're doing this, you should also be on the lookout for food. You're going to need plenty of food. In fact, food is going to be the biggest issue in the early days of your Minecraft world, so I would say gather up around about a stack. And if you see any sugarcane, grab it, because it's going to be useful later on. Also, if while you're out and about hunting, you find yourself a village, make sure that all of the villagers are safe. Push them all indoors and make sure all of their doors are blocked, because you don't want these guys escaping. Villagers are incredibly important, and if there's a blacksmith, make sure you raid it as well, because there's often good stuff in there. Coming back home with all your resources, it's now time to cook up your food using the 8 coal that we have in the furnace. That will be just enough to smelt up this full stack, and also make use of the remaining coal that we have, 16, to create 1 full stack of torches. That means that we can now brighten up our base a little bit and also start work on the mud. But before you do that, just a little bit more crafting that you should do. Grab yourself another crafting bench and also make 4 chests. One of those double chests is going to be going at the top, the other one is going to be coming with us down to the bottom, and it's going to be used to store resources down there. Anyway, when it comes to actually building your mine, you want to make sure that you mine out 5 blocks each time. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And this mine is going to be going right the way down to y equals 11. Now, I would suggest checking out any caves that you see on the way down. Just be careful, because we don't have any armor yet, and there's plenty of mobs in those things. Once you get down to the bottom, it's time to chuck down your crafting bench and use the cobblestone that you've just got from mining out this area to craft up a whole bunch of cobblestone stairs. Now, depending on how high your Y level was when you started, you're probably going to need about a stack of them. And the reason that we're using cobblestone stairs is because this will speed things up. It will allow you to get to and from your mine nice and quickly, but more importantly, it will also save you food from having to jump up all of these blocks. Anyway, now that that's all done, it's time to actually start mining. Now, the technique that you use is entirely up to you, but I personally like to mine out strips that are 4 blocks apart. Oh, would you look at that? I've found diamonds. Now, I would suggest mining out the first 5 diamonds using your regular iron pickaxe, and then it might be worth noting down the coordinates of any further diamonds that you find, so you can come back to them in the future when you have the fortune enchantment. Anyway, it's now time for that very special moment, the first diamond pickaxe of your new Minecraft world. Use this new shiny tool to gather up 12 pieces of obsidian. Then use 4 of this obsidian, 2 of the diamonds from the 5 that you found, and also some of the sugarcane and the leather that you might have got from your food hunting session to create an enchanting table. Then, using the levels that you
Huh? Are you new to Monterey?
Yeah, we just...
Hello guys, my name is Waddles, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to build a super simple and easy, fully automatic villager breeder. Oh, and I forgot to mention the best part about this. This is a 1.14 design. This will work in the upcoming update. This should also work on the Bedrock edition of the game, but if anything changes with any of that, I'll update the pinned comment that is down below in the comments. Like I mentioned, the thing is super easy and it is fully automatic. Once you get this thing up and running, you can kind of forget about it and you should have a handful of new villagers each and every Minecraft day. This is in no way meant to be the most efficient design, but this is a super simple design. This will be a step-by-step tutorial, so there will be timestamps down in the description. I'll be trying to explain things a little bit as well, but I'm going to save a bunch of explanation for another video in the future. If you enjoyed the tutorial, if it helps you out, if you like anything about it, maybe you just really love my skin. Well, if that is the case, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. That stuff helps me out quite a bit. Also, check out my Twitter, my Twitch, my Patreon, whatever you want. It's all linked down below. So first, a little bit of explanation. The 1.14 update changes how villages and villagers breed. As of 1.14, villager breeding is based off of bets, not doors or anything like that. For 2 villagers to breed, they will need, of course, food in their inventory to be traded with, and 3 bets. So here I have 6 bets and 4 villagers. And these villagers are farmer villagers, so they can harvest and replant crops. They are continually filling up their inventory as they need to. On this side of the farm, I have a water path that escorts the baby villagers out of the town. All baby villagers that come from this farm will need to be moved at least 64 blocks away for the thing to continue to work. But that's just about it for the explanation for now, so let's jump into what you need to collect. This farm isn't really all that resource demanding. Inside of this chest is just about everything that you'll need to collect up. You will need 4 composters, and you'll be getting up to 4 villagers, so really you just need 2 villagers to start the thing. You'll need 6 trapdoors, about 10 or so slabs, about a stack and a half of dirt, 6 beds, and then some kind of crop that you will be growing here. So potatoes or carrots is what I recommend. You'll also need some building blocks, and then some water, and of course tools and that type of stuff. So collect all of this stuff, and then you're pretty much ready to go. So here we are in my Void tutorial world, and we'll be building our breeder right here. We'll start off by creating that 9x9 square of dirt that a single water block placed at the center can keep water. So basically 4 blocks out from the center in every direction, and then fill everything in. This all needs to be dirt or something that you can plant crops on. So here we go, my 9x9 of dirt, and then right in the center you will want a water block. You can go ahead and cover this water block up with something like a slab or a trapdoor, really whatever you want, so long as there is water there, because that will, of course, keep all the crops watered. Next, I'm going to take 4 composters and place one in each corner, one block in diagonally, just like I did there. That will control the villagers' professions that are in this farm. After doing all of this, we'll need at least a 2-high wall around the edge, but don't go too high. This wall can really be built out of any blocks that you'd like. I'm using glass just so we can kind of see into the farm, but really you could use stone or cobblestone or wood, really whatever you like. Also, do keep in mind that if you're building this in survival, you may want to consider some sort of ceiling on this thing so your villagers don't get struck by lightning or things wander in there, but the ceiling is something we'll talk about a little later. So, with our walls in place, we now need to set up some sort of system to remove the baby villagers from this area. That's actually pretty easy to do because Minecraft mobs are not all that smart. Take out 3 blocks on either side of your water source, any direction, it doesn't really matter, and then place some trapdoors there that are opened. Minecraft mobs will see this block here.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others.
Here as a fully solid block and try and walk over it and then fall down, well, right now into the void, which is dangerous. But of course, we don't want our grown-up farmer villagers to fall into here, so that's actually pretty easy to deal with. Take 3 slabs on either side and place those 1 block above your trapdoor blocks on the bottom half. I'm placing them on the bottom half, so we don't have to worry about spawns here, but if you want, you really could do building blocks. And the final thing that we'll need to do up top here is some beds. You will need 6 beds total. I'm going to place my beds on, about the middle on each side, but it's kind of really up to you. You could just place all the beds along one side, wherever you want. You'll need at least 6, but you can go ahead and place more if you really like. I actually like. There's one more thing. If you're playing in the snapshots currently, there is a bug with villagers and mobs in general getting stuck in composters, so you may want to cover those up with a block on top of them, just so villagers don't wander into the composter, get stuck there, and then stop your farm. So either cover them with a solid block like that, or you can go ahead and just place a trapdoor in the air above them. That should do the job as well. Baby villagers can get stuck in here too, and if they do, that will ruin your farm, so you're probably best just covering the composters. Now, aside from the crop placing, that's pretty much it for the top of the farm, so let's actually move under the farm and talk about moving the villagers away from this farm. Like I stated earlier on in the video, all the baby villagers will need to be moved away from this thing, or it will stop working. As villagers are born, they will claim beds. If we have all of the babies standing in here, each bed will be occupied, and the farm's production will stop. So set up some sort of either water moving path, or maybe a Minecraft path, going out of this farm and moving the babies at least 64 blocks.
Huh? Huh?
Oh Lord.
I was saying, put it at 50, so that way, like, if it's too laggy or anything, because, like, I'm pretty sure if 100 people got on the server all at once, it would get really laggy. So, for 50, just for now, if my computer can handle 50, then, I'll probably bump it up a bit more.
Okay, sorry, I'm just...
You know what I'm
Minecraft is
saying?
really quiet compared to